More about the elections, I'm joined by WCPO political reporter Amanda Seitz. You wrote an article on WCPO.com about some early clues to look for that might tell you where everything is going. What are they?
So one of the biggest things we've heard is we should be getting back early voting results pretty soon here after 7:30. And we've heard a lot of people say, watch those. They mean a lot in this race, partially because it's a smaller race, but in the past, even council has been set by that early voting, those numbers that they've really foreshadowed the results of the night. Now, I think Yvette Simpson might open up with a little bit of a wider lead possibly when those early voting results do come down, just because we saw some more Democrats traditionally coming out and fewer Republicans. But Republicans could make up for that today.
Okay, what neighborhoods should we be paying attention to in terms of voter turnout and for whom?
Yeah, so in fact, we already are seeing more Republicans possibly turn out. We got some results as far as who's turning out in which neighborhood just a couple hours ago. And as of 4 o'clock, Hyde Park looked really good, which is probably going to lean John Cranley. So that's good news for his campaign. As far as other neighborhoods that you should be watching tonight, we're paying really close attention to Madisonville. That's a diverse neighborhood that has seen a lot of new jobs come in, a lot of new development. So that will really test Cranley's theory of, hey, there's been a lot of progress under my lead.
We have forward momentum, let's keep it going. That's
Correct.
What he's been saying.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's one to watch really closely.
The council races, 23 candidates. Is there any way to really know early on how that might be going?
I've heard that if you look at the early voting results and see the order that they're in, that's going to be really telling for how the rest of the night goes. So as soon as those early voting results come in, even candidates themselves are going to be looking at that to see how they really fared, how close they are to that top 9. I was fascinated, though. I went out and talked to some voters today, and I heard from voters who said that either they didn't vote in the council race because there's just too many candidates, or they only picked 1 or 2. I talked to one mom who said, listen, I have 2 kids at home. I don't have time to research 23 candidates and what they stand for.
And at the end of the day, what does that mean for the 9 available seats?
I think that's good news for incumbents, right? Because they have good name recognition. And there's 9 seats, 6 incumbents, 3 open seats. So people are going to remember the people that they've heard of the last 4 years. So I think that makes the incumbents a little more safe and a bigger challenge, obviously, for the new faces. And it might make the race pretty tight tonight. I think it's going to be a late night.
When you say tight, we're talking maybe just votes separating some of these people.
Yeah, I was going back through the 2013 results, and in some cases, some candidates got 15 more votes than another candidate, for example. And I think we're going to see a really tight race, too, with the mayor's race.
All right. It should be interesting.
Definitely.
We'll be talking, I'm sure.
Yes, we will.
Thanks,
Late
Amanda.
night.
Yeah.